Who doesn't love theme parks? They're fun, they're themed, and they make great stages in video games. Theme park levels certainly don't appear too often in video games, but I can't be the only one to have a smile on my face when they do. So here are my top 10 theme park levels in gaming, with the following rules. Only one per franchise, only from games I've played, and the level has to have some kind of attraction in it to be a theme park, because I'm not including fair levels or carnivals. Let's do this. Theme park levels aren't the most common motif of stages used in gaming, and combined with the one per franchise rule and how I'm not including carnival or fair levels, and believe it or not, but I've only played 10 theme park levels, this list features all of them, which means I didn't actually have that much control over the levels included, which means the number 10 spot actually goes to a level from Bubsy, Claws Encountered of the Third Kind. This game has a host of theme park levels, but my favourite, and I use that term very lightly, is the one called Fair Conditioning. And don't worry, the puns don't stop there, and they are just fantastic. Okay, real talk, as if I even need to bring up why this level is firmly cemented at the bottom of the list, allow me to elaborate. Bubsy's cluttered level design, the high and bouncy speed of everything, always leads to many frustrating deaths from shit you didn't see coming, and the high speeds of the roller coasters that are hard to reach but actually make you more likely to die don't help. Pair that with all the clashing and confusing information you're being fed, and all this isn't to mention that the music is physically painful to listen to, and you've got one heck of a crappy level. Now can we move on before I lose my mind? Now for the good stuff. And by good stuff, I mean not fucking Bubsy. Carney from House of the Dead Overkill. Jeez, that sure is a change of tone. House of the Dead Overkill is a very what you see is what you get kind of game, with a very what you see is what you shoot kind of gameplay. In that regard, Carney certainly doesn't stand out from the crowd. There are zombies. You shoot them. They die. But you may be asking, Carney can't be on this list, it's clearly short for Carnival, and you said you weren't including carnival levels. To which I would reply, it's pretty big, fairly themed, and has many moving attractions, so I say it counts. Also, I really need to fill up the numbers. Plus, you don't know that it's short for Carnival. For all you know, it could be short for Carnivorous Zombies in Theme Park Land. Yeah, I mean, that's the logical conclusion I jumped to. Carney, as a level, is pretty basic. It's an on-rails game, so not much can be done, but there's at least a few nice set pieces thrown in. The environments of a rundown theme park is really nice for a good zombie murdering romp. Also, I just have to mention the laid-back and jazzing music. It doesn't fit the mood at all, which for this game very much plays to its advantage. You may remember that I said Professor Layton and the Curious Village didn't have the best locations. You may also remember that I said it did have a theme park and that it was actually pretty sweet. You may also remember that I said I'd only played 10 theme park levels, so any that I had played would be on this list. You may also remember that the cube root of 12 is 2.2894. Human mind is a magical thing. Where was I going with this again? The deserted amusement park from Curious Village is just that, and there's very little to talk about. There's a Ferris wheel, some shacks, and some Layton-style depressing music. But you may be wondering, if that's all, then why did it beat Carney on this list? Simple, the Ferris wheel chase. Oh no, it's the chasing us. What shall we do? Holy shit, did it just turn around? What the fuck? That's not meant to happen! While the debate over which is the superior entry between Bomberman 64 and its lesser-known sequel may go on for as long as time itself, one game certainly has the better levels. It's the one with the theme park, Second Attack. Epic Year is a level set in an amusement park, and following with its name, it is pretty epic. Yeah. It comes fairly late in the game, so it is pretty big and has many areas to accommodate its many hazards. There's a haunted house area, a roller coaster area, and a museum. What is this, learning? Get the fuck out of my theme park. The haunted house area is cool because of how many horror cliches it incorporates, only rivaled by the number of spikes, and despite my previous outburst, the museum is actually pretty sweet. The dinosaur skeletons come to life and breathe fire at you. It's pretty intense. All the areas blend into each other really well, and the music seems to fit nicely with each motif. I really like the graphics and the colour scheme, and the different enemies are pretty cool, such as the pedo ghost and aforementioned dino skeletons. The boss fight Zonohurt, despite not putting up much of a fight, is fairly satisfying too. I pick here, while not a theme park I'd especially want to visit, is a really fun level in a severely underrated game. The minecart stages in the Donkey Kong Country games are always a blast, often among the best levels of the game, and each game puts their own spin on the formula. Donkey Kong Country 1 had the classic Carved Cave setting, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble had a more snowy setting, and Tropical Freeze has, oh god no, what is this? What am I looking at and why? Ah! But my favourites, as well as, of course, the only ones eligible for this list, would be the minecart stages from Country 2, where you ride a skull cart down a barely suspended rail, and if you look in the background, theme park. It's a theme park. The number 6 spot goes to theme park. More accurately, it goes to the world containing these levels, known as Crazy Cramland, which I guess is where Kremlins must go on their day off, but it's near empty when you visit it because they've got some business to deal with. Some monkey business. The cart levels function like any others, but the presentation gives them a whole new identity, which I love. The fireworks in the background and the sparkling lights give a feeling of life, and the music is just as sweet as you'd expect in a 90s rare game. There are only 2 minecart levels in the game bearing the whole theme park aesthetic, and they're both found in Crazy Cramland. One has you touch barrels to open and avoid closing gates, and the other, more fun level, puts you in an assault course race to the death as you steadily overtake and murder the other Kremlin riders on your path to first place and your prize of a DK coin. However, there only being 2 levels with the theme park aesthetic explains the level's low position on this list. The rest of the world gets a little bogged down with bogs and some hive levels for some reason. But yet, the individuality of the 2 roller coaster levels and the general aesthetics behind them, not to mention that sweet ass music, is more than enough to put Crazy Cramland as my 6th favourite theme park level in video games. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Why 2? Because I haven't played the other ones. You could say that I was cheating a little bit with this one, seeing the whole game is about theme parks, or, excuse me, roller coasters, but I actually have got a specific theme park for the taker of the number 5 spot. And it isn't any level either, for they could all act for differing purposes and accomplish different goals. The number 5 spot goes to a level which may exist in many forms, but always acts in one. To ruthlessly prey on and hunt down every cursed visitor in the most grotesque methods imaginable. I call it the Death Park. You see, Death Parks are fun because watching people die is funny. Oh no, wait, no, watching virtual people die is funny. You must have thought I was crazy for a second there. We've all done one, don't lie. And given the many ways we're given to murder our pixelated visitors, I expect the developers have too. You can make 2 carts crash into each other, make a way too overpowered tower launcher, fling their coasters into lava, a personal favourite of mine, or just drown the fuckers. That'll show them for those things that they did. While they may not have any purpose or meaning in regards to the game as a whole, we can't deny that we've all done at least a couple of these, and they are insanely fun. PBG made a couple of videos featuring these, one in which he killed everyone of normal boots, and that looked fun. Of all the single theme parks of Roller Coaster Tycoon, for me, I've always found these to be the most memorable and entertaining. Haha! See, it's sad because he'll never speak another word to his family again, but it's funny because he exploded on impact. Nimbasa City, a really memorable location from Pokemon Black and White, built around a theme park and home to Elisa and the Electric-type gym. Believe it or not, this is actually the first time I've talked about a main series Pokemon game. There are 2 reasons for this. Firstly, I'm not a massive fan of the Pokemon series, and secondly, I'm a massive tool when it comes to RPGs. So much so that before writing this entry, I actually had to check what was super effective against electric types to make myself seem more knowledgeable and professional. Okay, shall we try it out? The Nimbasa City Gym is set in an indoor electric theme park area with roller coasters taking you to the next areas where you'll find the next trainers. For some players, this gym can be a major difficulty spike, but a good tactic I always found was to put forth good usage of the unassuming ground types. Am I good at Pokemon yet? Visually, the gym is really nice, with very clean colour combinations and impressive design. And the music outside the gym is some of the best in the game. Other attractions in the city include the musical theatre, the Battle Institution, and the Rendezvous Ferris wheel, where you have to take a ride with N before battling him again, because that's how I imagine all social interactions end in the Pokemon universe. Nimbasa City is one of the more memorable locations in the Unova region because of how lively it is and how interestingly designed its gym is. It may be a more basic theme park level than most, but it sure is one of my favourites. Witchy World is another level in a 90s Rare developed game, this time Banjo-Tooie, based around a theme park run by the antagonist. In that regard, it's a sort of spiritual successor to Crazy Cramland, but for a few reasons I think Witchy World does a better job. Firstly, the whole level is a theme park, not just a couple of missions. Secondly, it has more variation in its amusement park motifs. And thirdly, it's just plain better in design. It's a decrepit theme park built by Gruntilda for Reasons, and it's split into 3 zones: Space Zone, Haunted Zone, and Wild Western Zone, with other areas accessible like the Big Top and Area 51. You can tell we're in the 3 genuinely incredible theme park levels, as not only are the areas mentioned well defined, but there is so much to see and do in them. The Saucer of Peril, Dodgem Dome, Star Spinner, Crazy Castle, Dive of Death, the Inferno, and you can transform into a van for reasons. The 3 areas almost feel like completely different levels, but they're all linked by the Big Top and the outer areas, which is pretty clever. There's a really dark atmosphere to the whole place, which breaks from the Banjo-Kazooie norms, and it's surprising, yet awesome, that it does so in the theme park level of all places. It's my favourite run-down theme park level. The top 2 levels fare just a little better in the field of fun. Still, Witchy World is certainly a very unique level with many cool ideas and features, which places it at a solid number 3 slot. While with most franchises I was struggling to find even one entry to put on this list, with Sonic I was spoiled for choice. There was Eggman Land from Sonic Unleashed, White Park from Sonic 4, and pretty much any level from Sonic Colors could have counted, but my favourite overall would be the original Twinkle Park from Sonic Adventure. You can ride roller coasters, walk through the Hall of Mirrors, play on the Dodgems, run across the castle roofs, and go fishing. Oh, go away, Big, no one likes you. You play through this stage 3 times in the main story, once as Sonic, once as Amy, and once as Big, and as you can guess, Sonic's version is by far the most enjoyable. While the stage's structure is unrealistically linear, its constant barrage of attractions and entertainment makes the stage feel like a real theme park. It's fun, is what I'm getting at. Many of the features are also interactive, which furthers the feel of childlike glee, and as if I even need to mention it, the music, it's a Sonic game, and it's incredible. The theme of this park tends towards its castle environment, which it uses well. The interiors and exteriors definitely have this aesthetic running throughout. Twinkle Park really is this far up because it encompasses the feel of a theme park. It's not just some shacks and a Ferris wheel, it captures the fun and joyous feeling you would get from a theme park through the variety of stuff to do. And for its ability to create a truly immersive amusement experience, well, there's only one level better. Possibly my favourite thing about Super Mario Sunshine was how instead of the tired old themes for the Mario levels, ice, forest, desert, it went for far more unique and crazy themes, like a hotel and a mountain village. This led to some really terrible levels like Pianto Village, but also some beauties like Rico Harbour, Noki Bay, and possibly my favourite of the bunch, Peanut Park. I like Peanut Park mostly because it feels like a theme park. The attractions and variety thereof is pretty realistic, and even the layout feels intuitive to what real theme parks are like, unlike, say, Twinkle Park. Combine this with a heavy dollop of Super Mario Sunshine logic, and you've got a level to remember. Did that turtle just throw its electrically charged shell at me as a boomerang? Yeah, this is still Mario rules we're playing by. Now just hold on as I get Yoshi to make out with himself to teleport me to the land of sunflowers, spinning blocks, and cubular Yoshi eggs. Oh, I think I need a glass of water. The missions inside the level are also amazing, and make very good use of the already well-crafted environment. The first shine sees you chase Shadow Mario to then find out...
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I'm your mama?
You. But what follows this disturbing cutscene is easily one of the best boss fights in the game. Not that that is much of an accomplishment. It ain't much to beat Bathtub Bowser and Return of the We Ran Out of Ideas monster. But Mecha Bowser was a different story. Picking up bullets as you travel in circuits of a roller coaster and finding the perfect time to fire them at the mechanical beast? Awesome. Slow-moving bullets and cheap-ass clipping deaths? Not so much. And if Mecha Bowser is too easy for you, there's another harder version of this gameplay style in the 8-Balloon Challenge, which is awesome. The rest of the levels include blue coins, 100 coins, red coins, and your standard secrets and Shadow Mario chase. I like how everything revolves around exploration, which really highlights both how much there is to find and how much effort went into the environment. Every part of the level becomes important in some way, which is one of the things I love about collectathon games. And even the music's great. Damn, this is a solid level, and is indeed, in my opinion, the greatest theme park level in all of gaming. Hello and welcome to Endslate. Above you can find links to some other videos I've made. Let's try top 15 fire levels with Kiraya Wave on the top left, and the upcoming top 10 forest levels on the top right. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was trying to go for a shorter, more jovial style, and I would definitely approve of any criticism in the comments section below, which I will try to respond to best I can. Next week will be another collab video, which should be a longer, more substantial video, but still a lot of fun. Please support me with a like, favourite or comment, and subscribe to see more of my projects in the future. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on a future video. Cheerio.